Okay, I will find it. Yes, okay. Well, thank you very much. I will share the.
Čujete, nemoj da palite kameru.
Let's share. Sound and share. And this one. Okay. Can you see this now? It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And
Yes.
yeah. You see the changes of the pages.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Well, good evening, everyone. Again, I'm glad to notice that some of the friends who participate in the stage designing workshops is also here and participating in the light design workshop. They do very well because these two are very much related. So for those who didn't attend the stage design workshop, I will introduce myself and excuse for all the rest that already had heard about that. Well, my name is NIKOLAS KAMTSIS, and I welcome you to this first workshop in a series of a total of seven different workshops within a Spectacolo project. I have been a theater director for many years now, and as well as an actor and playwright. I have founded and direct the theater Toposalou in the center of Athens since 1999. And since 1990, the Center of Higher Education in Theater Studies, which organized this workshop. Well, what is the Spectacolo project? It's an Erasmus Plus project, the kind that named VET. It means vocational educational training. It serves as a form of education for professional or those who aspire to be a professional. Well, the Center of Higher Educational and Theatre Studies is the coordinator of this project with other 5 partners, which are Action Synergy from Greece, DACH Theatre from Serbia, Belgrade, Bahiba Cultural Foundation from Uganda, Masirica Foundation from Rwanda, and the University of Cape Verde from Cape Verde. We will be together to speak about the light design for the next 12 online meetings, including this. And we will speak about mostly the theater lightings, technical and artistically point of view. The theater lightings and the specification it demands. The theater lightings related not only to the electricity and technical stuff, but also about the relationship between the light designer and the theater director, as well as the other professionals of the theater performances. Well, the stage designer, the costume designer, and obviously the actors. Well, the sections that Spectacolo project approach is the stage design, costume design, light design, makeup, live streaming, sound design, and video art design will among the topics covered in Spectacolo workshop. If somebody wants to have some more details about Center of Higher Education in Theater Studies can visit this link, theaterstudies.gr, or if you want to inform some more about Spectacolo project, can visit Spectacolo project.eu. You will have more details about the lighting designing as well as the other section and a section that we will approach in this in the frame of Spectacolo project. So, the art of lighting. Everything we do is controlled by lighting. We are controlled by lighting. Light is what our eyes need to see the world. It is what all movies, TV shows, photos, and plays are built on. And it's even more important in our everyday lives, of course. Our discussion reminds me now the words of Pablo Picasso, the great painter, who said that there is no color at all, but there is only light and darkness. Electricity came and changed everything. It was the real revolution that changed the lives of billions of people and made the planet as we know it today. But if we talk to each other today, even though we were in different states and countries and continents, it's because there is electricity before everything else. It is important to follow the history of lighting from the first step of the theater to the present day, because the history of lighting follows the history of our culture, step by step. Also follows the history of the theater, step by step. How performances were illuminated in the ancient theater of the 5th century BCE, and how people watch the performances and other events, religion ceremonies in those distant times, and how we have arrived at today where automation almost cancels out human presence. For thousands of years, live theater has been a big part of life. The technology used to light actors, singers, and speakers has changed a lot over the years, but the light source has only changed occasionally, from sunlight to the LEDs nowadays. Stages have been lit in a lot of different and interesting ways. Well, the light in the ancient Greek theater. Theater lighting has a long and interesting past that goes back thousands of the years and changes along with technological progress, artistic movements, and cultural shifts. Sorry, you can see the pages changing. It's okay, the PowerPoint that I have, okay?
Yes, it's
Yes,
okay.
we can see.
Thank you. The Greeks and Romans were among the first people to use lights in theater. Well, ancient Greek theater took place during the day in an open-air amphitheaters that let the sun shine on the actors. As you can see in the image, from that side we have shadow, and here the stage have the sun, because the sun rise from this side and set from from this side. Well, in ancient Greek, theaters were built outside and placed so that the sun would shine on the area where the plays were held from behind the crowd. Nevertheless, they wore big masks with distorted faces to improve their sight and ability to speak. The lighting in ancient Greek theater, such as those found in Athens, was primarily dependent on natural sunlight. The theaters were typically built into hillsides and faced towards the sea to optimize acoustic and natural lighting. Performances usually took place during the daytime to utilize sunlight, and there were no artificial lighting system like we have today, of course. However, there were certain strategies employed to manage lighting during performances. For instance, the positioning of the stage and the use of the scene. When we say scene, we mean this part that you can see it in half right here. A building behind the stage help to control shadows and provide some backdrop for the actors. Additionally, certain performances might have taken place during the dusk of twilight hours to leverage to change natural light for some kind of dramatic effect. During later periods, especially during the Roman era, we will see the Roman amphitheaters in a while. Some theaters might have employed simple and elementary lighting techniques such as oil lamps or torches. However, these would have been sparingly used and not as sophisticated as a modern lighting system, of course. Overall, natural sunlight was the primary source of illumination. That will you keep in your mind. In Roman theater, well, Roman theaters also primarily relied on natural light during the performances, much like their Greek counterparts. Similar to Greek theater, Roman theater were often built into hillside and oriented to optimize acoustic and sunlight. And as you can see, there are some differences from the ancient Greek amphitheaters to the buildings, I mean, with the Roman buildings. However, there are some differences in the architectural designs, potential use of lighting in Roman theaters. For instance, Roman theaters sometimes had tents or folding canopies above, known as velaria, which could be deployed to provide shades for audience during not weather or during hot weather, or to diffuse sunlight during performances. These canopies could also help to create a certain lighting effect by filtering sunlight, although they were not specifically designed for these purposes. Additionally, during evening performances or events that extended into the night, torches or oil lamps might have been used to provide illumination. However, these lighting sources would have been limited and would not have offered the level of control or sophistication that modern light system provide. Overall, while Roman theaters may have had some architectural features and limited lighting options to manage natural light during performances, they still primarily relied on sunlight for illumination, much like ancient Greek theater. Well, I suggest you to get some notes if you want to ask something after the PowerPoint in order to have a relationship, to have a discussion after the demonstration. It will be good for your knowledge and for the seminar, for the workshop. So, lighting in Middle Age era. Well, during the Middle Age, theaters underwent significant changes compared to ancient Greek and Roman theaters. Theatrical performances during this time were often held indoors, in venues such as halls, courtyards, churches, or even large rooms within castles or noble residences. As a result, natural sunlight was less of a factor and artificial lighting became more important. But the electricity and the nowadays technology is far away still. In the early Middle Age, performances often took place in churches or other religious buildings, outside or inside, where natural light from windows provided illuminations. And now the natural light combine with the artificial, with torches or candles or whatever they have. However, as secular theater began to develop, indoor venues became more common and artificial lighting methods were necessary. One common form of artificial lighting during the Middle Age was the use of candles or oil lamps. These would have been placed around the performance space and suspended from the ceiling to provide illumination for the actors and audience. However, these lighting sources were thin compared to the modern lighting, of course. Well, lighting in Renaissance. Well, during the Renaissance, theater began to incorporate more sophisticated lighting techniques. For example, some theaters in Italy, such as the Teatro Olimpico in Vicenza, feature elaborate stage design with integrated lighting elements. These might include concealed candles or lamps behind the scenery to create dramatic lighting effect. Well, also the text from the authors demands these lighting effects more dramatic. Overall, during the Middle Age and Renaissance, theater relies on a combination of natural light from windows and artificial lighting sources such as candles or oil lamps, as I mentioned before. This method allowed performances to take place indoor and contributed to development of more elaborate stage production. Lighting in Elizabethan era. During Elizabethan era, including the time when the Globe Theatre was constructed and operated, which is the most famous building, the performance, well, the most famous building among others, there was the Swan Theatre, the Rose Theatre. There are too many theatres of that side of Thames coast. There were a burning event about, let's say, 1564 something, and burned everything from them, from all this theater. Now there is the Globe Theater, but it is absolutely new. The Globe Theater was an open-air venue with a large circular open space in the middle, here, called yard and pit. This was for the poor people who stay without any seat there. And not like the noble or the more rich families and people that sit here. So also they use tallow torches that in that era, which were essentially large candles made from animal fat, might have been used to provide additional illumination. However, they were also smoky and produce an unequal flickering light. Given the limitation of lighting technology, playwrights often incorporate references to time of the day, weather, and other lighting condition into their scripts. Similarly, costume might have been designed to reflect or enhance the natural of artificial lighting available. The lack of sophisticated light system meant that audience members were more visible to the actors and vice versa. This interaction between performance and audience was an integral part of the theatrical experience that time. Overall, lighting design in the Globe Theatre during the Elizabethan era was characterized by simplicity, practicality, and uh, reliance on natural light whenever possible. Despite the technological limitation, productions of the time were able to captivate audience through the power of language and storytelling. That's why the text, of course, of Shakespeare's or Marlowe or Ben Jonson are important and magnificent and remain classical till nowadays. If you read this text and suggest you to do this, they are amazing poetical text, just like the text of Aeschylus and Sophocles and Euripides. You will find that the text with the image creates by the passion of the actors who had amazing voices and a way of speaking in a lofty, we can say, grandioso manner, were able to keep the interest of the audience and the spectators. And outdated way of playing today, but back then it was the main element of creating a concentration and emotional identification and magnetism for the spectators. The 17th and the 18th century oil lamps and limelights. Now we start a little bit technological, artificial materials to go in the theater practice. In the 17th and 19th century, advancement in the lighting technology led to significant improvement in theatrical lighting. Two key lighting sources during this period were oil lamps and limelight. This is new. Oil lamps, these lamps burned various oils, such as whale oil or vegetable oil, to produce light. The lamps were often placed around the stage and auditorium to provide illumination for both actor and audience member. While oil lamps were an improvement over candles in terms of brightness and duration. They still had limitation in terms of amount and quality of light they produced. But the limelight, also known as calcium light, of Drummond, or Drummond light, because of the name of the inventor, Thomas Drummond, was a type of stage lighting used in theater during the 19th century. However, its development began in the late of 18th century. Limelight consisted of burning oxygen and hydrogen gases directed at a piece of lime named calcium oxide to produce an intense white light. This light was much brighter and more focused than traditional oil lamps and candles, making it ideal for illuminated actors on stage. You will see a video after that, a short video, and you will understand what I mean. Limelight allowed for more dramatic lighting effect and improved visibility for performance. Limelight was typically used in combination with other lighting sources, such as oil lamp, to provide overall illumination in the theater. While it was an important innovation in theatrical lighting, limelight had disadvantages, including the need for specialized equipment and the potential hazards associated with handling flammable gases. In 17th and 19th century, theaters primarily relied on oil lamps for lighting, with limelight emerging as more advantageous option later in the 18th century. These lighting sources played a crucial role in improving visibility on stage and enhancing the theatrical experience for both performance and audience. As we depart from the sunlight, which collaborated for many, many years with theater people and helped them a lot, and we pass to another era, the era of artificial, let's see a video in order to understand what is the limelight.
And now, a page from our Sunday morning almanac, November 9th, 1825, 180.
Oh, you hear the voice, the sound is okay?
And now, a page from our Sunday morning almanac, November 9th, 1825, 189 years ago today. A day of enlightenment, any way you look at it. For that was the day the Scottish inventor Thomas Drummond successfully tested a new kind of lamp. Drummond's light used the white-hot incandescent flame from burning calcium oxide, more commonly known as lime. And it used a parabolic reflector to direct that light. Placed on an Irish mountaintop that November 9th, Drummond's light was plainly seen some 67 miles away by an enthusiastic observer who wrote, "Your light has been most brilliant tonight for 3 hours and 20 minutes." Drummond's hopes of adapting the new lamp for lighthouses proved impractical, but theaters back in those days before electricity quickly embraced it. Stage managers particularly liked the fact that the brilliant beam could be focused onto certain parts of the stage as well as onto particular actors. Eventually, of course, Drummond's lime-powered lamps were replaced by the electric stage lights we know today.
Well, how it works now with the material and the... Look at this, there is a flame fall on this material, the calcium oxide. Look at this now. This is better. And suddenly, on this man, there is the light. But the results for the theater, it is like this. Look how strong is this. That's why it says that, here is the projector. It is the material, the calcium here, and here is a mirror where all the light from this fall down on the mirror first, and then there is a lens in front. This is the lens. Were made very spotty. Well, now let's go forward. Lighting with gas and gas mandals, another thing, another material. In 19th, early 19th century, theater saw significant advancement in lighting technology with the introduction of gas lighting. Gas lighting revolutionized theatrical illumination, offering brighter and more consistent light compared to the previous methods such as oil lamp or candles. Several key developments in gas lighting occurred during this period. I think that all of us have seen in films of previous centuries um, columns in the middle of the street with a man with a flame in order to put this flame on the column and make burn. This is a gas candle. Well, gas lamps fueled by coal gas or later by natural gas became a primary source of illumination in theaters during the 19th century. These lamps provided a steady and relatively bright light, allowing for an improved visibility on stage. Gas lamps were installed both around the stage and throughout the auditorium to ensure uniform lighting for performers and audience members. One significant innovation in gas lighting was the invention of the gas mandal. Well, gas mandal, as you can see to the picture, were small fabrics or fabric-like bags impregnated with chemical substance thorium oxide. When heated by a gas flame, the mandal glowed brightly, producing a much more intense light than traditional gas flame alarm. Gas mandals greatly enhance the brightness and efficiency of gas lighting in theaters, allowing for even greater visibility on stage. As gas lighting became more widespread, theaters began implementing advanced control system to regulate now the gas flow and adjust the lighting level. This allowed for more precise control over the intensity and distribution of light, enabling theater operators to create different lighting effects and adapt to the needs of various production. Gas lighting had a transformative impact of theatrical production in the 19th century. Well, providing brighter, more reliable illumination compared to previous methods. The introduction of gas lamps, gas mandals, and advanced control system allowing the lighting designers of that era for more sophisticated and visually stunning production. Well, more or less, gas lighting remaining the main way of lighting the performance in theater until late 19th and early 20th century, when electric lighting began to replace gas as the dominant form of illumination. When we abandoned this technology and we came into the new era of electricity, it's good to see another very short video with these gas mandals. Look how it works. Look at this. It burns and keep the light. After that, well, this is a lamp based on this technology, but this is for picnic and camping, of course. But it is similar with the light projector of the theater, the technology. So the new invention and the new world. The invention of electricity sparked a revolution that illuminated the world in a ways unthinkable. Before its discovery, humanity was bound by the constraints of daylight, reliant on flickering flames for warmth and illumination. But with the advent of electricity, a new era dawned. In the late of 19th century, pioneers like Thomas Edison and NIKOLAS Tesla, as modern Prometheans, gave making the massive power of electricity forever, altering the course of human history. Edison's development of the practical electric light bulb illuminates cities and homes, banishing the darkness and ushering in a new age of productivity and leisure. The same in the theaters. Meanwhile, Tesla's innovation in alternative current electricity paved the way for widespread distribution and utilization of this revolutionary force. Well, in the late 19th and early 20th century, as I mentioned, shows like to use electricity light. As lighting technology got better after Thomas Edison's invention of the electric light bulb, the way that stages were lit changed, absolutely changed. Electric lights were better than older ones, of course, because they were safer and easier to control. Now, the light designers and the theater people can control the power. Theatrical lighting were electricity and new kind of bulbs, providing theater with a more versatile and reliable source of illumination. Overall, the introduction of electricity transformed theater lighting, providing with greater flexibility and creative possibilities, of course, from an artistic point of view. Electric lighting remains the primary source of illumination in theater worldwide, with ongoing advancements in technology continually pushing the boundaries of what is possible in theatrical lighting design. And now, of course, with the LED projectors, it's the possible ways to light a performance is huge. A series of rapid developments happened from then on. The discovery of electricity opened up tremendous avenues of human culture and performing arts. Discoveries and inventions following one another at a frightening pace. But all the preceding 2 centuries to move from one step to the next with electricity, leaps were made in a few decades. First, electric arc lamps. Electric arc lamps were indeed used in theaters for a period of, particularly in late 19th and early 20th century, before incandescent lighting became more prevalent. While electric arc lamps had certain drawbacks compared to modern lighting technologies, they offer advantages in terms of brightness and intensity, which were particularly useful for theatrical production of the time. Electric arc lamps produces a very bright and intense light, making them suitable for illuminating large theater spaces and providing bright visibility for performance on stage, and only on stage. Now, not like Elizabethan era, on stage and to the audience. This brightness allowed theaters to create well-lit environments, even in large auditoriums, open-air theaters. The arc lamps could be focused to produce directional light, which was useful for highlighting specific areas or actors on stage. This ability to direct light helped to create dramatic effect and draw attention to key elements of the performance. One disadvantage of electric arc lamps, why it is arc lamps? Because there is a small thunder between two electrodes. And this, with the mirror, of course, behind it, give the, you will see a short video after this. Well, but one disadvantage of electric arc lamps was their hard and sometimes flickering light quality. This could be problematic for performance, as it could cause discomfort or strain on the eyes. Additionally, the color temperature of arc lamps tended to be cooler, not warm, which could affect the overall appearance of the stage. Well, let's say some about this color control. The electric arc lamps had limited options for controlling the color temperature of creating color light effect compared to the modern lighting technologies. This meant that theaters had fewer options for creating specific light atmosphere or mood. Also, electric arc lamps required careful maintenance and monitoring to ensure safe operation. They produce significant heat and requires regular replacement of carbon electrodes. This, between them, we have this small thunder, as I named before, which could be time-consuming and costly for theater. As a conclusion, arc lamps were a strong and useful way to light shows at the time they were made, but incandescent lights and later more advanced electric lighting technologies made them obsolete. But when they were used in the theater in the late 19th century and early 20th century, they had a big impact on how light design and technology for stages today. Look this video in order to think, well, here is two electrodes, and between them, there will be a small, as I name it, thunder. Look at this. You see that for a while. And with the mirror behind, they gave to the light on the stage. But it was really very strong and very annoying for the eyes of the actors. Never mind, it plays these lamps, it plays their roles. Now there are lamps like that to light monuments around. We have some here to old ancient temples here in the center of Athens. Well, electric incandescent lamps. Well, the use of incandescent lamps has been prevalent in the theater for many decades. We will talk a lot, not exactly about incandescent lamps, but about the light projector that use these lamps. We will see all these projectors. There are too many kinds of projectors that use incandescent lamps. Before the LEDs, new lighting tools such as Fresnels, it's a kind of light projector, elliptical lamps, profiles, parkans were made in the 20th century and based on this incandescent technology lamp. So these lamps had and have, not had, but have a dominant position in theatrical lighting. It's useful right now when we have LED lamps, but anyway, we use projectors with incandescent lamps inside. Indeed, they create a warm, a natural atmosphere and mood that many people prefer them. So I am the one that I prefer many times to have this. On the contrary, not very much. I don't prefer. No, I prefer, and I have in my theater LED projectors, but it is different ways that we use them according to the play, according to the performance. But they are slowly being phased out both from the theater and from everyday life. Well, their advantages are that they have a color temperature, warm color temperature, that together with the dimmers, we will speak about dimmers, it's very significant and crucial a part of the theater lighting, which are the light intensity control, create different atmosphere on the stage. From a warm atmosphere of a dusk to the lighting of a cold night. With the dimmers, especially the incandescent lamps, have the ability to dim the brightness level and the temperature of the light, which is very important in our job. Among the faults, we can point out that they emit a significant amount of heat, which can affect the actors, the set, and the overall temperature of the theater. So we can conclude that there is a very serious safety issues in considering that the materials we use in the theater, such as fabric, foam, etc., are very flammable. This material must be in a distance from this light projector, especially especially with parkans, which is very hot. So we have to put it in a distance. They also have a limited life, around, well, let's say 2,500 hours, and after which they lose their brightness and burn. Well, let's say something about the high density discharge HID lamps. These lamps have revolutionized the way theater stages are lit, offering a blend, efficient versatility and luminosity that traditional light sources often struggle to match. This powerful lamp, which include in high pressure chemical material in the bulb, have become staples in stage lighting design due to their ability to create intense dynamic illumination that enhance the visual experience for audience and performance alike. One of the most significant advantages of HID lamps is theater stage lighting is their high luminous effectiveness, which refers to the amount of visible light produced per unit of electrical power consumed. This means that HID lamps can deliver more brightness per watt compared to incandescent or fluorescent lighting sources, making them highly efficient choices for illuminating large stage areas in a big distance from the stage, open air theaters, while minimize energy consumptions and operating costs. Another key benefit of HID lamps is their ability to produce a broad spectrum of light with excellent color rendering properties. This is crucial for the theater production, of course, and where accurate color representation is essential for creating mood, atmosphere, and conveying the emotion of the scenes. HID lamps can be precisely tuned to achieve the desired colors, temperature, and spectral output, allowing lighting designers to achieve stunning visual effect and uh, seamlessly complement the narrative and aesthetic vision of the performance. Moreover, ID lamps offers versatility in terms of beam control and directionality, thanks to their compatibility with various optical accessories such as lenses, reflectors, and gobos. In addition to their performance benefits, HID lamps are valued because they are strong and last a long time, making them reliable, essential tools in the difficult settings of theater production. But they have some problems also, like initial costs, making a lot of heat, and some kind of HID lamps contain materials that could be dangerous, like mercury, for example. But let's focus to the most useful lamps and projectors, which is the incandescent lamps. Have a long history of use in a theater for stage lighting. They provide warm, natural light that can be essential for creating certain moods and atmospheres on stage. In theatrical lighting, incandescent lamps are often used in instruments such as Fresnel fixtures and ellipsoidal reflector spotlights, ERS, as we can say, and parkans. Means parabolic aluminized reflectors. Fresnel fixtures utilize a strapped lens to produce a soft edge beam of light, making them suitable for general wash lighting and providing gentle illumination across a wide area of stages. So in a projector like this is a PC projector Fresnel, we have light like this with two small foot here. And as you can see here, uh, the material, this wire is very long. It goes in the incandescent lamp, it goes here and here and here and here and here, and everything. This is make the lamp very sensitive, and very sensitive in order to burn it after a while. Or if you move the projector while it is hot, it is you can destroy it. Anyway, ERS lights, ellipsoidal reflector spotlights, also known as profile spots, featuring adjustable shutters and sharp focus, allowing for precise shaping on the light beam. Well, you can see, I mean, these cutters here make with the lens here, we will see how is the construction of this kind of light projector is inside here, because it is a combination of lens and the lightings and parabolic cobus and mirror it has behind. With the cutters here, we can manipulate the beam in order to make straight spots, if you like. Well, the parkans, the other one here, it is more simple. The lamp there is like this. There is nothing more. There is no lens in parkans like this. It is only the lamp. The lamp has everything. Is itself lens and light also. Well, incandescent light. Well, they are being gradually replaced in the LED energy efficient and longer lifespan. Yes, it is. However, incandescent lamps still have their place in a certain theatrical. We use all this for special light if we want it in the performances. And now we go into the LEDs, light emitting diode. It's absolutely different with the incandescent lamps we had speak before. This is nowadays and the age of the LED lamps. Well, the LED is it's not a lamp, it's a semiconductor that produces light by creating a flow of electrons within a mixture of materials. I also have a video after this when I describe it, and you can see all this technology. It's very interesting. The mixture of materials will determine the color of the photon output. Now, we don't have filters. We can, in order to change the colors, because to the incandescent lamps, and we will see to the next lessons, we put filters in order to achieve blue color, red color, or green color. Now, this is made by the diode, about the LED itself. Well, because exceed phosphor creates white light. LED lamps have transformed the landscape of the theater stage lighting, offering a multitude of benefits that cater to the determinant requirements of theatrical production. From enhanced energy efficiency to dynamic color control and the long life they had, LED lamps have become the perfect solution for lighting designers aiming to create captivate visual experience while minimizing operational costs and environmental impact also. One of the most notable advantages of LED lamps in theater stage lighting is that consume less power compared to traditional light source, such as lamps we mentioned above, while still delivering high quality illumination. This translates to reduce electricity bills, of course, and lower carbon emission for the environment, making LED lighting an environmentally sustainable choice for theater seeking to minimize their ecological footprints. Sorry. Uh, Another key benefit of LED lamps is their exceptional versatility in color, rendering, and control. LED fixtures can produce a wide range of colors, a wide range, absolutely wide range of colors with precision and consistency, allowing lighting designers to create customized lighting schemes tailored to the specific need of each production and its performance. With a combination of this uh, uh, emitting diode, as I mentioned before. Furthermore, LED lamps boast impressive long life, very long life, with lifespans far exceeding those for traditional lighting source. LED fixtures can typically operate for tens of thousands of hours. If we said before that the incandescent lamp has a life of about 2,500 hours. Now we have about 40,000 hours, the life of the LED lamps. So you can think what is the difference between these two different performances. Additionally, LED lamps emit minimal heat compared to conventional lighting source. Well, especially to the power cans, after 3 minutes, you cannot touch the projector. Now you can, or you don't have this problem with the LED lamps. Has emit minimal heat compared to conventional lighting source. This characteristic allowed for safer and more comfortable working condition on stage. For example, you can put fabrics near to the LED projectors with no problem, or foam. Despite these numerous advantages, it's essential to acknowledge that LED lighting system may also present challenges, such as initial investment cost and potential compatibility issues with existing infrastructures. Indeed, this has been and will be in the future for a while yet another problem, as theaters have to throw out all the old technology and adopt the new technology, which means replacing everything, but everything. Projectors, monitors, cables, digital consoles, introducing computers to the operation. New software, new hardware, training staff in a new revolutionary technology, and much more. This makes theater puts off replacing them. You will see that to the next meetings, because some of them we will go to the theater, through online, of course, and you will see the new consoles and computers with QLab software and things like that. If we have professionals among us, they knew what I mean. Anyway, however, they will not be able to delay much more longer, will eventually have to make the necessary changes. For example, European Union has given a deadline to the European countries to the replacement of the old by new technology. Indeed, and as I know, the theater I have more time to change all this technology. But for the houses and for the other, we have here in European Union to change this technology in a LED technology. Anyway, in conclusion, the use of LED lamps in theater stage lighting represents a significant advancement in technology, offering unparalleled energy efficient color control, long life, and safety benefits. As LED technology continues to evolve and improve, theater worldwide are embracing this innovative lighting solution to elevate their productions and deliver unforgettable experience to the audience. Let's see how they work in a short 4 minutes video, because for those who already work in the light design sector or those who will work on it, the LED is the present and the future.
Why does this LED produce a red light, but this one produces a blue light? When we apply a voltage across, why does this LED produce a red light, but this one produces a...
Well, this is the diode, as I told you. Look at this. The one is red and the other is blue. Well, let's continue.
Blue light. When we apply a voltage across an LED, it produces light.
Light.
It all comes from a tiny piece of semiconductor material inside, which is emitting energy as photons. But if we shine a light onto the LED, then we are firing photons back into it. So the process reverses, and it will also produce a small voltage. LEDs look something like this. They come in different shapes, colors, and sizes for different applications. LED stands for light emitting diode. We use this symbol in engineering drawings for LEDs. Notice it looks very similar to a diode symbol, except it has these arrows that indicate that light is being emitted. LEDs and diodes both work on the same principle. It's just a semiconductor material in the middle of some electrical connectors. They both emit photons, but only the LED emits photons in the range visible to humans. And that's when the photon has a wavelength of around 400 to 700 nanometers. We perceive different colors depending on the wavelength of the photon in this range. FM radio signal is also a photon wave, but it's around 3 meters. Wi-Fi signal is smaller at around 6 centimeters, and a medical X-ray is tiny at around 0.01 nanometers. But we can't see any of these because they are outside of our visible spectrum. Have you ever noticed there's an LED in your TV remote? This emits infrared light. The photon has a wavelength typically around 940 nanometers, so humans can't see it. However, you can see it on the camera of your phone. Inside the semiconductor, we just have electrons combining with holes and releasing photons in the process. We will learn how it works in more detail later on in this video. Now, a standard diode uses different materials in its semiconductor layer, which produce photons in the near-infrared range. These are absorbed by the casing and converted to heat, so diodes become hot. But LEDs produce very little heat, unlike traditional incandescent lights, which generate a lot of heat. In this design, the electrons collide with atoms in the filament, and these collisions produce heat. The filament heats up so much it produces visible light. LEDs don't need to produce heat to produce light, and so they are much more energy efficient. Most of you will recognize this type of LED, the 5mm through-hole type. But have you ever noticed one side has a flat edge? Tell me what you think this is for in the comment section, and I'll give you the answer later on in this video. Through-hole LEDs are perfect for learning electronics. We can buy them in bulk very cheaply, and I'll leave a link for you in the video description for where you can buy them. These can be inserted into test boards or even soldered into printed circuit boards. We can get smaller 3mm versions or even larger 10mm versions. Typically, they are dome-shaped, but there are other shapes available like this square one. We also get SMD type, which stands for Surface Mount Device. These are soldered to circuit boards to allow compact designs. These versions are much smaller. Some, like this one, are so small you would need a microscope to solder them. We usually find SMD LEDs used in our light bulbs. This one is actually a blue LED, it just has a layer of yellow phosphorus over it. And that's because the yellow and blue light combined makes a white light. We can also get these very high-powered LEDs, which are basically just lots of LEDs packed tightly together, and are often used for torches and also floodlights. LEDs can produce such bright lights that we can see them from a great distance.
Well, you can see with the combination of this one up here, this is a LED par projectors. We can make million combination on color, and we can light a stage with whatever we want to do that. So I have well, thank you for your attention today. I stop the sharing now. Okay. Well, let's let's talk about. Okay, well, you can turn on the microphones right now. Do you have any question, comments? What do you think about that? Probably we have some professionals with us in order to enrich our discussion. Are there anybody who wants to speak?
Hello. I'm
Hello,
not.
Bruno. Hello.
Hello, hello. So the numbers about the LED, about red and green, they emit 700 nanometers of light, and the blue
Yeah,
type
something like
goes
this.
at
Yes.
450. But blue needs the phosphorus to make it blue.
Yeah.
So probably did the blue color on LED lights? It came at the same time because it doesn't make sense with the numbers. Probably blue came a little while after the other ones were made.
Well,
But
I'm not very. I don't know about all these details with the fidelity and the combination of this. We just, as I made this, well, if I know something about the lighting, it is the how we use it on stage. And as I made these seminars, these workshops, I really impressed with this technology when I learned it. But anyway, the combination of the colors and the combination of the fidelity that they have, the colors between them, we can combine into different colors. But now that I don't know exactly these numbers that you mentioned.
okay, I'm just that curious. Um, and by any chance, other than LED lights, do they use the oldish lights like the limelight? There's no use for them nowadays, but probably for like specific, like for like as props, maybe, because you're not going like, oh, let's use this for the lightning on this
Yeah.
on the stage, unless it's a prop, I guess.
Yeah. Yes, that's right. As a prop. Yes. There is sometimes that I use this, but as a prop, not for the guy. Even I am a little bit old in this in this section. I have something about 40 years that I work in the theater. I never use limelights like this. I remember when I was a child, my father has a lamp like this when we went somewhere for camping or picnic, something at night. We have lamps like this, and the other one with calcium oxide, as I told you. But no, we didn't. We didn't use limelights in theater. I didn't meet them. No.
Thank you. Thank
Well,
you.
yeah. Well, the innovation that I have met, it is to different kinds of projectors, not the lamps. I saw incandescent lamps and par lamps, or which is incandescent also, and now the LED. But when we put the LED lamps first, especially the LED pars, um, it was really uh, not well. It was a problem because we have to change all the technology and all the mentality that we have before. And it was we made in our theater, we made a seminar with a technician how it works, because now there is a console, of course, but they didn't take electricity from dimmers like the incandescent lamp. Uh, they take electricity straight from the cable, straight from the plugs on the wall, and take electricity from one another, not every light projector from the dimmer as before. And it has a splitter in order to split the signal to the console in order to have the control and to make whatever. Also on the control, if to the incandescent lamp we have only one controller, one fader, now we have something about, well, it depends of the lamp, it depends of the projector. We have probably 5 to the different colors: red, blue, red, blue, green, and amber and white. Or if we have moving hands, we have 9 controllers. We will see in the future workshops, things like that, and lamps and projectors like that. Well, anybody else to say something or to comment something? Well, anyway, if no, several of
Excuse
you,
me, I would
I
like
will.
to say something.
Yes, Ivana. Yes, please.
Hello to everybody. I'm Ivana, and I'm from Serbia. Actually, I'm an art historian and theater director working at the Museum of African Art in Belgrade. And I would like, thank you for this lecture, but it was pretty much Europe oriented, especially when you talked about history. Theater history and light through the theater history. But as we have Africans here, I would like to hear what they think about that, and if they have some examples from their past and how they perceive this light history in Africa. I would really like to hear that. And also, I know that we shouldn't forget the source of theater, and that is ritual. And I'm sure that in that rituals, that they know how to use light, especially in Africa, which is full of light and sun. So I would just like to hear them.
Indeed, it's very interesting, and I encourage the friends from Africa to send the experience about this, what Ivana asked before, because we have different mentality and different technologies, maybe, and different experience and different knowledge, of course. Yes, please. Well, nobody. No, I cannot
Well,
see anybody.
being an African, I would enjoy to answer that, but I'm not. I don't really have that type of info. I see some Africans, and I see someone that would be able to answer here, but I don't know.
Well, I think that we have some technicians from Cape Verde,
Yeah, we do.
or maybe one.
Pericles.
Pericles, yes, where are you? Yes. Can you discuss on what Ivana asked before? Well, I cannot hear you well. No? Where is Pericles? I cannot see anybody with names there, named Pericles.
Hello.
Well,
Hello.
hello?
He said his net's not working well.
Hello.
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 This is Ismail from Uganda.
Who? Ismail. Hello, Ismail from Uganda. Yeah, hello. Come on. Say some experience and what do you think about Ivana from Serbia mentioned before?
Okay, like she said, the history about lighting in theater. Are you getting me well?
Well, I cannot hear you very well.
How about
Take your microphone.
Just speak a little
Are
bit
you
louder,
getting me well now?
Yes, better.
Hello?
Yeah.
It's better.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Basing on what she was asking, history about lighting in Africa. Before, like theater used to be in the palaces, the king's palaces. So people would gather and lighting would depend on the sun, natural light. So as the generations have been evolving, I started watching theater. We were using already lights, parkans, more especially parkans. Because I started attending theater when that was, I think, like 1990,
Yeah.
1990, I think 6. That's when I started attending theater at a theater called Theater Lab Excelesia. Actually, it was at a primary school where I was studying. So we were already using the parkans. And that theater is even still there right now, but even up to today, very old lighting system. But to go back before the lighting, it was natural light at the King's Palace.
Okay. Well, are you a professional? Are you?
I've been doing lighting, but not on a professional level. That's why I'm taking on this course to become professional. But yeah, I've been doing lighting. I do sound and lighting, but lighting wasn't doing on a professional level. That's why I'm taking on this course to become professional.
Oh, okay. Okay, yes. Okay, I hope that this course will help you, but anybody who wants to work on it needs experience with the material, with the tools, with the actors on stage, whatever stage is this. Big stage, small stage, for adults, for children, professionals, amateurs, or whatever. It is more experience that this.
Yes, I do lighting for Kampala Amateur Dramatic Society.
Okay.
I work with Kampala Theatre Festival and then also Bayimba Culture Foundation for all their theatre work. It's me to do sound and lighting.
Okay.
Yeah,
But
so
Bahimba Foundation make a festival in
yeah,
their territory. Is that truth? Okay. And you have a very beautiful theater there and organization like Endere.
yeah, at Ndele
Endere,
Center,
yes.
I do lighting for Kampala Theatre Festival.
Okay.
And I've been doing that, I think, for the last 10 years.
Did you use LEDs or incandescent projectors?
Before it's been the incandescent projects, but I think now we want to modernize, like to go
Okay,
on the
yes.
next level. Yeah, like you are in the theater, you saw the very old lights we were using,
Yeah.
some old technology. So that's why I'm learning so that we can improve what we have.
Yes.
Because one time I was doing lighting in Cologne, German. I
Yeah.
reached there when technology is totally new, like everything was new to me. So I was like, really, I need to advance using digital mixers for mixing lights, digital mixers for sound. So yet this side, everything is analog. We use analog mixers for lights, analog mixers for sound.
Yes. Indeed. And well,
Thank you very much, Ismail, for this answer. I'm really, I think that it's really important to hear your perspective. I mean, when I say your, I mean you from Africa. I mean, it's very
Thank you.
important to realize your perspective because
You're
it's
welcome.
totally different than ours.
well,
Thank
it
you.
is.
I encourage the rest of participants from Africa to join the discussions.
Indeed, do we have anybody from Rwanda or from Cape Verde to speak and to exchange their experience with us, with Serbians and Greeks? No, nobody. Chris, Chris, are you speaking? But open, Chris. Did you say something? Because your microphone is off.
Hello.
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 I'm Pericles.
How, Pericles? Where from?
Cape Verde.
Cape Verde. Okay.
Yes.
What is happening there? What is the experience of Cape Verde technician there, light designer?
It's a lot. I'm director technique of Mindelact, and my experience of light and PC, Fresnel light PC, Fresnel, and another tape. And I like to job of the LEDs for beam, wash, and digital table, pier or a veloid and a lot of things. So here we stage is a big stage. We job on the big stage, not small and short.
Okay. You're working in a theater somewhere?
What?
Are you working in a some kind of theater, small, big?
Yes, big
Uh,
in a festival.
in a festival. Okay. And
Yes.
what kind of lamps you use there? What kind of technology?
We use a Fresnel, a PC, and
Okay.
a part, and the other time we use the LEDs of the par, RGB, and the beam, watch. We use the whole.
Okay.
The
Okay.
table we
Yes.
use the digital table and the peer of a light.
What kind of performances do you perform there? I mean, repertoire, other performances, dance performances. Uh, what kind?
My job is the theater and music performance, a big music for the big stage, the
Okay.
dance.
Okay. Yes, indeed. Parkans and Fresnels is good for music performances or music recitals and things like that. Yes. Yeah.
A big show.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, some of you, I will see you on Monday when we have the stage design workshop, and we will continue after that. Thank you very much for today.
Thank you. And shout out to the guy that's been on an island for all those classes. So-
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Yeah. Who is recording? Anyway, I cannot control this. Who is recording? Because I cannot stop the recording now. Format. And I will know. Labrini,